Hey, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Finally got some time to come out and shoot. It's been a few weeks since I put anything online, and just want to let you know I've been working like crazy, and 14 straight days without a day off, and then I had like one day off in 21 days. So I finally got a week off. Just wanted to take some time with the family. We went out of town, so I'm just now 3 weeks later getting back to shooting. But I did get to, once I changed out the parts, changed out the extractor, changed out the striker spring cups, and the spacer sleeve for the striker assembly. Also polished the feed ramp, and I have not had any issues. So I do believe I solved the problems I have. I have a video where I was shooting indoors, and I'll post that. But in the 3 weeks where I didn't shoot, I didn't do any actual like dry fire practice other than just when I put my gun on, draw, present, make sure that the dot's brightness is where I want it, make sure that the dot is working and not blinking, you know, letting me know the battery's off. Even with these Holosons, I will go about 4 to 5 months and have to change the battery because I keep my brightness up real high. So I'm changing the batteries even on these Holosons pretty often. Yeah, but I did, one of the things that I noticed with this gun, I did put 300 rounds to it of all the different ammos I could find. Some good ammo, some crappy ammo. I did as much ammo as I could find, and it was all reliable with the exception of one. There was two types that I thought were not going to function. One of them did function, and then one of them didn't. So I wasn't surprised they weren't functioning in any of the guns that I have. And my buddy, I'd actually got the ammo from my buddy, and it wouldn't function in his guns either, and he wanted me to try it. So I was just going to see what I could get to run through it. So I wasn't surprised, but everything else ran through it. Everything else runs great. In the 3 weeks, so I did those 300 rounds, and then I started working like crazy. So I haven't really had time to post that video. I have it edited. I'll put it out after I do this video and talk to you guys about what the reliability and some of the things that I've seen. But we went out of town, went to St. Simon's Island last week, or this past week. I'm finishing vacation week, and I didn't do much dry fire other than just drawing and presenting for almost a week. I didn't really touch the gun. And when we were in St. Simon's, which I don't know if you guys know, but St. Simon's Island is the coast of Georgia, but almost in Florida. So if you look at island Savannah on a map, Savannah's at the top, and then St. Simon's, and then Jacksonville. And so it was very hot, very humid. And when I got back, actually, let me clear this out. When I got back, I had rust on this gun. Now, it's been, let's see if we can see it. You're not gonna be able to see it because I cleaned it off, but I had a little bit of rust right here, and then I had a little bit of rust right here, and I don't know how well that's gonna come through, but anyway, I had to scrape it off. I used the brush to scrape it off, and oil, and then I put a layer of oil on. But it's been 7 months. I did the math on it. I started running this gun in November. It is now June. So from November to June was 7 months, which is actually really good. I had Glocks that didn't last 7 months before I had to get a Cerakote job done to them. I've had Shadow Systems. I can't remember how long my Shadow Systems was before I had to get it Cerakoted, but it was like pretty bad when I finally did get it Cerakoted. It's kind of the same spot on the Shadow Systems. It was rusting real bad right here, and a lot of it is holster damage. But when I'm carrying, this is the side that carries against my body, and I sweat so bad. So inevitably, all my guns are going to need Cerakote on them at some point. I'm just impressed this one lasted 7 months. Most of them do not. I had a 365 that lasted less than 3 months before I had to start, before I had to get a Cerakote job done on it. So I'm actually very impressed with 7 months for how bad I sweat. I carry this gun anywhere from 10 to 14 hours. Usually I'll put it on when I get up. I usually I go out, take my son to school around 7:30. So I'm wearing this gun from 7:30 until the end of the day, most days. Or I'll take it off when I'm at work and then put it back on at the end of the day. So, or like when I start coaching. So around 3. So I wear this all day, every day. When I was at the beach, I was wearing it all day, every day, with the exception when we went swimming. So I'm not surprised that it needs a Cerakote job. So I went ahead and ordered some Cerakote from my buddy at Fabricated Arms. I'll send it off tomorrow. I'll probably get it back next week. He's got a turnaround time, but I don't remember what it is. But he's pretty good with Cerakote only. So I'm thinking 2 or 3 weeks. I'll use a different gun. Maybe go back to my 17 and shoot that one until this one, or just use my my Smith & Wesson 1.0. So that's what I'm dealing with here. Something else I noticed with not dry firing it was here's some rust right here I'm seeing. So without dry firing this, well, that's coming through. But yeah, I mean, this is the side that I carry against my body. I wish it would come through. Probably just not going to come through. But anyway, this is the side that goes against my body. So this is the side that starts rusting. But that's okay. I'm just going to get it Cerakoted. Another thing I noticed within those 2-3 weeks of not dry firing, not shooting, I think I only used cat crap one time. I came out today with shooting, and I don't, when I shoot with a red dot, I put the dot where I'm looking. So my eyes go to the target, the dot comes in whenever I get an acceptable, shot. If I'm shooting an A zone, somewhere within that A zone, if the dot drops in, wherever it is, I'll break the shot. Well, within about my 3rd magazine, I started thinking, man, that dot looks fuzzy. So then I actually looked, and it was like very, very foggy, very hazy. So you'll want to make sure, if you carry daily like I do, you'll want to make sure that you're staying on top of your red dot, because if you're not putting cat crap in there and you go from a cool to a humid environment, it will cause it to fog up, especially if you have a really big dot like I do, right? I'm running this 507 comp, and it's huge, it's giant. Catches a lot of lint, catches a lot of hair, so you really have to stay on top of it, or it will start to clog up. You're still going to be able to see the dot, especially if you're running it as bright as I do, but that's just something that you'll want to stay on top of. Other than that, I fixed the reliability. This gun runs great. The handle it grips on here still work fantastic. Haven't had any shift, haven't had any movement. Still rocking the Turbo X300. Just a fantastic gun now that it's reliable, and I'm able to shoot the MagTech that was giving me issues. I'm shooting, I shot Norma 115. I shot everything that I could find, all my reloads, my Southern Munitions, which it's not had any issues with Southern Munitions, but some of the other ones that it has had issues, like the MagTech, it was shooting that ammo just fine. So just want to give you guys a report on how it's doing since changing out the extractor and the cups and the spacer sleeve, and it's really much more. I feel much better about the accuracy of this gun. I'll be sending it off to get Cerakoted, and other than that, yeah, it's working great, functioning great. Gonna upload that video of me shooting it after changing out some of those, the extractor, the cups, and the spacer sleeve. So be looking for that video. If you have any questions about this setup or any of the things that you've seen today, just let me know. I'm going to get back to training. I'll catch you guys on the next one.